Surveillance in the laundry room, group stalking in the laundry room, and amplification by helicopter as I send another email to Maria Solis Alvarez. And they're engaged in group stalking by using the laundry room, using the laundry machine, slamming them down while a demon knows what you're physically doing and what you're doing on a communication device. Demons also that are monitoring you, group stalking, engaging in surveillance, abuse of law enforcement resources for purposes of what is demonic activity and criminal monitoring, including on the venue of the internet in violation of Title 18, 22618, subsections 1 and 2. Well, I just sent an email, and I'm going to read you the time of that email right now. The entity is sounding amplified helicopter activity, and a demon is in relevant position, stalking on the opposite side of the wall where the laundry room is, using laundry machines as a means of amplified audible activity as well. This is demonic. This is terrorism, while the entity continues an ongoing demonic pattern of what is ambush-like activity creation while they're in every way keeping you monitored and group stalking and surveilling you. This is acting in concert with the LAPD, meaning all 59 units are engaged in this ongoing system, and that's why they're going to federal prison. These are demons that live at Alvarado Gardens, and the demon possessed that engage in that intolerable level of facilitation are engaged in what is, are documented and shall be prosecuted. That's crossing path while I walk over here, and you already know what this demon is doing in concert with LAPD. Carlo Lopez, Maria Solis Alvarez, as I documented, they're going to federal prison. This is federal stalking that he's also engaged in, and he's going to federal prison for that because the government keeping you under surveillance in concert with the people of the state is as severe as it gets, and it does mandate, it does call for, as a matter of justice, federal imprisonment. This is also impunity while the people of the state, acting maliciously under the guise of a third-party company, continue to quote-unquote report to the job to continuously engage in group stalking. Your form, in other words, for engaging in the pattern of conduct is no legal ground. So repeatedly coming to empty the trash while you're group stalking is no legal excuse, and that's documentation of malice and impunity. And an ongoing obsession is identified through that. Carlo Lopez is going to federal prison while he's in relevant position group stalking, also federally stalking on the venue of the internet, acting with LAPD. Okay, it is currently him opening his trunk and using that's light activity in the path, just like he was yesterday while the light source was directly over me at 11:52 in the morning, and not over anywhere in Rancho Cucamonga, by the way, where I was already getting off of Route 66 on June 23rd, 2022, which is evidence relevant to the same exact time, what would be the same location of a light source relative to that location somewhere in Rancho Cucamonga, not over my head in its zenith in Los Angeles at this property. Where you're looking at the entity stalking in helicopters, it's the P.O.C. Like I said, all speaker companies' employees are third-party group stalkers, and they are psychopaths. And with this real-time knowledge of what I'm doing on a communication device, you have a third party that's engaged in what is harassment as an entity engaged in federal group stalking. In concert with that corrupt law enforcement agency, documented group stalking by a helicopter 25 times yesterday. And you're looking at them do that, and also the specific environment, which again is already established in Los Angeles, because there is no time while I remain at Alvarado Gardens that the sun is ever present. It's the light source at all times of the day. And anytime you can cover it up and then unveil it at 4:00 in the afternoon, it remains a specific environment. And so you are looking at no deviation and no contradiction of that which I've already established and documented. You're witnessing malice. And that's going directly toward how long third-party group stalkers such as Maria Solis, Selena Robledo, Maria Hernandez, who is going to be deported. Maria Solis Alvarez is also going to be deported. But also Juan Carlos of Speaker Companies, Don Noggle. You have what is Kimberly Fletcher, Yolanda Poon, who I believe is also relevant. It's relevant with regard to her. I highly suspect that she's not a natural-born citizen. She's been granted naturalization. She's going back to wherever she came from. She's not welcome in this country if she's not a natural-born citizen. She's in Palo Alto. She's engaged in regularly federal stalking and harassment as an entity on the venue of the internet, representing speaker companies. So I want to be clear that you're talking about federal prison. They're engaged in federal stalking with the state of California, engaging in what is terrorism, engaging in what is ongoing concerted conduct as a demon-possessed entity that's in every way surrounding and every way acting together to engage in the ongoing elements of monitoring, which is the maintenance of a specific environment, which with regard to what is presence, light activity, and audible activity, with real-time knowledge, acting in concert with simultaneity to what I do on a communication device. This is a communication device. This is a communication device. This is a communication device. My television is a communication device. Okay, the entity is engaged in an ongoing group stalking system, and that is 9:19 a.m. This video is approximately 4 minutes long, so that was I'm starting this video, I believe, at 9:15 in the morning, and I'm just going to continue to add this list on. The speaker companies is going to be prosecuted with the state's criminal system underway. Stalking by the state is directly is direct evidence used against speaker companies. They're third parties. They're in the specific environment, and all of the evidence that already pre-exists my coming to Los Angeles is exactly what speaker companies, which are nothing other than the people of the state, is going to be prosecuted for: the impunity, the psychotic, mentally ill behavior, which is a threat to your life and your safety and your liberty, as this entity is also documented engaged in assault and battery. That's the entity that's showing that impunity, that ongoing obsession, that ongoing unlawful determination to continue to threaten you, to continue, and you're threatening by being at the workplace, group stalking as the state. You're threatening by living at the crime scene, group stalking with the state. You're threatening by coming onto the grounds with regard to the form of engaging in any service provision, group stalking with the state. Okay? All these demons are under the guise of, oh, we're doing work that the target individual requested. No, you're group stalking. You are group stalking, and in their alternate universe where there's no such thing as group stalking, you're witnessing mental illness. This is mental illness. This is delusional. That delusional criminal conduct, personality defect, threat to your life, public safety concern. You will be permeating the lives of the group stalkers that are documented. You're going to permeate all the way down into the details of their life and neutralize the threat that they pose to the public, not just the target individual that these demons want to focus on and terrorize together. It is currently 9:21 a.m. That's documenting the impunity of Carlo Lopez. This is a violent sex offender. I believe he's like 60 some odd years old. There is no respect of persons with regard to recognizing the life-threatening conduct of group stalking. That's the state that's acting via a demon-possessed, highly demented third party. Okay, who is affiliating, maliciously acting under the guise of a third-party company that's facilitating criminal monitoring. That's why where I work is the specific environment. That's why where I live, which is on the grounds of the my workplace, is the specific environment. That's why that demon himself is engaging in the demonic behavioral pattern, not coincidentally present where the state is heavily stalking in helicopters, which is the hallmark. It's the pattern of conduct. You are being choked out with that body of evidence, and it is an irreducible and insurmountable, and he's going to federal prison for a long time. He's going for a long time. I'm not going to make any other predictions regarding what's going to happen, but he's already advanced in age, and that's not going to in any way lessen the repercussions that is of the highest degree because of what the government is doing. It's threatening the lives of American citizens, and it will not be tolerated, period. It's, again, 9:22 a.m., and this is P.O.C.